and welcome to A Crafter Story. It's Celeste here. So I've been working on a couple of accordion style, they were actually inserts, but this particular one was a little bigger and turned into a little journal of its own, I suppose. So I thought I'm going to share with you how I put it together and show you the bare bones of how to construct it, because to decorate it is of course up to you and how you choose to do so, but just to show you the bare bones of how it works. So it's the front page here. This is the first one I ever made, and as you open it up, it reveals more and more pages, and has a definite front, definite back, and then all these inside pages where you can journal or put a little Bible verse or an affirmation or whatever it is that you decide that you want to put in there. And then it could still go into a larger junk journal if you want to, or it could become a gift on its own. So on the other side, this side, it reveals more journaling space with a completely different design, which I thought was just awesome. And then just to add to a little bit of the excitement, just to add more to the mystery, we have pockets. Oh, this one's back to front. We have some pockets. I decided that I'm going to put little sayings on the one side and then have some extra journaling space on the reverse of each of these. And so this becomes actually there's quite a lot of space to journal. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, although small, 8, 9, 10, 11 spots where you could write something down. And so you could put a wish, a birthday wish, a wedding wish. Maybe you could add some gift cards or something in there. So it's quite a versatile little thing. So let me show you how I made it. And there's a couple of steps. It's not complicated, I promise you. It just looks complicated. Okay, so all I did is I had these cards, which were actually blank greeting cards. If you prefer, you could just go and cut yourself 3 equal. This one here, this one that I just showed you, is actually 4 cards, but I'm going to do a smaller one just for time. So we're just using 3 cards, and you can just cut out whatever size you want. They could be taller, they could be wider. It's honestly your choice. These are kind of small, but that's okay. So all we're going to do is kind of line them up like this next to one another, and I've put some double-sided tape down the side of the right-hand side of the first one. Maybe I should label it. So these two that are side by side is 1 and 1. These two that are going to be side by side is 2 and 2. And if you were to carry on, it becomes 3 and 3, or 4 and 4, and so you go. And all we're going to do with 1 and 1 is we're going to take the double-sided tape, put it down just the 3 corners, because we want this to be our pocket, our first pocket. Let me pull off this double-sided tape. And it's coming off surprisingly easily, which I probably jinxed it now. Okay, now this is the part that I find tricky. Just lining it up. Line it up, line it up. Did I get... Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I got... Why do I find this so difficult? It's ridiculous. Okay, I got it. I got it. So I'm going to erase this number 1 because we don't need it now. The other one is hidden in our pocket. Now I'm going to take off the backing of the double-sided tape of number 2. And we're going to add 2 to 2. again, I'm going, oh man, why do I struggle? Actually, this one was a little easier. Okay, so we've got 2 to 2. And erase that, we don't need that. I could, of course, have gone and said 3 to 3 and then moved on, gone 4 to 4 and just keep adding. I think after a while it gets a little thick, so I think 2 or 3 of these is probably enough. Okay, so we now have a functioning little accordion book. I'm just going to see if I can line that up a little better. And so I've folded the front one as it would normally fold as when it was just a card. Now I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to fold it back, and I'm going to take this one, I'm going to fold it as it normally would. So now you've got your accordion already, so that's already functioning as an accordion book, and you already have 2 of your pockets. Let's see if I can get my, there we go. You already have your 2 pockets, and if you had added, you would have had a 3rd pocket over here. Okay, so now to cover these guys, what I did with my original is I used napkins, and I just used this napkin, or serviette as I used to call them. I grew up calling these things serviettes, but this a napkin, and I just decoupaged it onto that side, and my napkin was a little too short, so I had to do a little patching. So you might find the longer you go with your accordion, the more pockets you make, the more patching you'll have to do with your napkin. So that was that side, and then on this side I used this napkin. So I thought perhaps for this one we could do something a little different. So I've taken out 2 different napkins, this one, which I thought was pretty, and this one that I actually picked up at a thrift store, believe it or not. So these are the 2 we're going to use. So I think it's going to be easier for me to put this one down and patch it for time purposes, and I will show you just how I did that. Now, where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. Which side's cleaner? This side's cleaner. Okay, so there you go. So I'm going to cut. Did I already take this off? Oh, let me show you. I think I've already taken the second. Most of your napkins will come with a backing, like a second layer. And I always take that second layer off. And it's hard to get them off. You sit here and you try and find it. And that's just a little annoying. So I take a little bit of tape. Just a little bit. Stick it down and pull off so that it lifts the back, and you can then just pull that backing off easily. Okay, put my napkin back there because I'm going to need it later. Now I only need this bottom half, so I'm going to cut this in half because, as you can see, it's not going to be long enough, and I'm going to have to patch. Quickly cut this. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now that to me looks upside down. I think I'm going to do it this way. This looks, because my pockets are here, right? Right? Yeah, pockets are there. Get a little bit of my Elmers glue out. And just get it all over Scudovers the place, everywhere. And I'll just, oh, there we go. Probably enough. I think it's enough. I think so. I think so. Now, going to get, I think I'm going to get glue on here, and I don't want glue on there because we are going to work there just now. So let me do that. There we go. Now I can go crazy. Go crazy. Get all this glue. And I'm just using a painter's brush, a soft painter's brush that I don't really know where I got it, but I've had it forever. I think that's evident. It looks like it's been used a lot. Where can I put it? There. Okay. So I'm going to take my napkin this way and place it down somewhat carefully. All right, just like that. Just like that. And then over here, crash, I dropped it. Nothing new, right? For those of you who've watched my previous videos, I drop stuff all the time. It used to drive me crazy, but what is that? Oh no, go away. Don't like that. That's not good. All right. Get rid of that. So I think this way, let's see if I'm still in the frame. I'm going to patch it as carefully as I possibly can without overlapping, which is something I did on the previous one. It's not a train smash, you know, you can always put a sticker over the overlap, so don't worry too much about it. And then I think I'll just put another layer of the glue over the top to seal it in. And you could do this with Mod Podge, you guys, or gel medium, matte medium, any of those things will be fine. I just find that the Elmers glue works, so that's what I'm using. All right, so once this is dry, we can flip it and put a napkin on the other side. And I want to say one of the reasons why I prefer using napkin rather... that lifted. Let's see if I can just tap it down. One of the reasons why I prefer using napkins rather than paper is that the napkin doesn't add weight to the accordion. Okay, so that's going to dry, and I need a little extra glue, I think, just to get this to stay down for some reason. I think maybe I didn't take the backing off this. It felt like I had, but I think maybe I didn't, and that's maybe why you know, if that does happen, if you find that you thought you took the backing off and you didn't, and it's not wanting to adhere to your card underneath, it's usually just because the napkin is dry on the top. It's not carrying the glue all the way through, and if you wet it with a bit of a spray bottle, you fix that problem. It just means that it's going to take longer to dry. It's a little bit of a nuisance. All right, so I've gone ahead and pre-prepared, so this one we'll set aside. I'll finish this one another time, a little later. I went ahead and pre-prepared this guy. So we put the napkin down, and it had dried. I then flipped it over, and I put this napkin down on the reverse side, and of course it was a little short this way, and so it only got to there, and so I had to cut that off, come in and do the patch there. So you can see that's how I did the patch. Okay, so this guy is a little further along because we went and decoupaged on this side, allowed it to dry, came along, decoupaged on this side, allowed that to dry, and then I went ahead and aged, as I always do. I'm becoming predictable here with the aging of my ends, but I did the aging on this side already, all the way along the edges and on each of the folds. Now I'm going to do that on this side as well. So let me get out. So I'm going to have to reverse fold some of these folds to get that inking down. And if you're careful, it's okay. I have had some tears on some of them, but that happens. There you go. Get a bit of an aging over here. Aging along there. Okay. Oh, that one doesn't look. We can do a little extra. And then we'll just go along the sides. There we go. I'm going to hurry up, and you know, you can always come back and put a little extra ink on the ends. That is fine too, if you want to. That one could probably do with a little extra. A little extra. Okay, that's probably enough just to show you what to do. Okay, now it is the fun part. The fun part is decorating, and as I showed you on that original, we did a lot of, I put in a lot of spots where you can journal. So I think let's start this side. I have a couple of little stickers with lines on them. Just get the backing off, and it was just a piece of paper that had some lines on it, and I put my double-sided tape on the back and cut it out to make it into a sticker. So that's kind of an empty space there, so maybe we can do that. Put that one there. I don't want to put anything on this one because it's going to be our cover. That'll be our front page. I've already put 2 stickers there, so that kind of defines it as our front page. Let's see, and then this is going to be our back page, and so I also don't really want to put anything there. And I don't want to cover that because that's kind of nice. So let's put it down here. There you go. So 2 extra little journaling spots. And now we can flip it over. And I thought, because these are all in, are they all inside? Let me see if I'm not talking nonsense. No, I'm not talking nonsense. These are all going to be inside pages, so they can all have one of these guys. Let me get my glue stick. There's my glue stick. I found it. Okay, I'm going to glue up the back of my college rule paper that I aged the edges of, and get that down. Get that down here. Wonder if I can I get it? I don't know if I'm going to be in. I look like I'm a bit skew there. Once the first one's down, you can measure the others by the first one. So, okay, there we go. Oh, look, it's kind of shining through a little bit. I didn't expect that, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I need a bit extra glue here, I think. There we go. Extra. A little extra glue there. There we go. Oh, I might as well just put on here, right? Why not? Let's just go straight down. So I don't need that. Okay, have I got enough? Probably a little bit extra there and there. Okay. There you go. That one's down. Let's put a little glue down for our third writing space. Okay, third writing space is here. And then the last writing space is over here. Alrighty, and then we're going to go ahead and do a little something to do, an insert for our pockets, because we've got pockets, and when you've got a pocket, you've got to put something in your pocket, right? Okay, so I think what I've done is I have gone over and unfortunately put a little bit of glue over here, so it's not going to allow me to close it, because I'm not going to be able to do that. It's going to stick together. But in the meantime, what about we just put a couple of little stickers down, and then I will allow it to dry and come back and show you the inserts. Put a sticker, let's see, let's say we believe over here, and let's say we imagine how happy somebody would be if they were to receive this. They wouldn't be able to believe their eyes or imagine how you did this. Then you'll have to give them the inside story and tell them how. Oh, I'm being silly. And then they just think that you're awesome and your smile will shine. Okay, let me go and get the heat gun out and get this to dry a little bit. We'll come back, add maybe a sticker or two, and then I'll show you the inserts. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it's a little drier now, which is great. Now I've got out some of these stickers. I thought it looks a little bland to me. I know there's words and there's patterns and there's lines, but I think it needs a little something extra. So I'm going to take some of these stickers. I think they would add a little bit of interest. I know it takes up some of the journaling space, but I just like the idea of having a little bit of something extra on these pages, and to avoid having them all be kind of the same colors, even though we've got a little bit of blue in here. I thought maybe we get out a little of the pink and put a little pink up there. Oh, come off. Come on, you. There we go. I got him. Let me put this little guy up here. And another little pink little guy down here. Oh, wow, that's not sticking. No, you got to stick down, mister. There you go. Stuck him. I stuck you down. Okay. So what about, oh, this nice big one. Oh, yes, I like that nice big one. So I got these stickers on AliExpress, and every so often I will go, oh, another one. What am I? Don't know, because once the sticker is down, I can't fix that. Okay, I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay, so AliExpress has some really good deals, and I do from time to time go on there and splurge on stickers and a couple of odds and ends. All right, so I think it probably still needs a little extra embellishment, but that is something I can come back and do later. Maybe I'll put in a little extra. You know what, I like that. Let's put in some extra words, because it now, with the pink over there, I think this pink over here is going to tie in nicely. And then I have this little pink, which, where should we put that? Share or laugh? Let's put in laugh. I think that'll look nice too, because that'll tie in with a pink as well. So let's put that just up there, like that. Okay, so that looks good. I like it. But I think I am going to come back and maybe once I've written something in here, it will look a little more finished. So when it came to the inserts, I decided to use this napkin. And so that is the top that I used at the top there. And then when you open this guy up, in the middle was this pretty pattern, and so that came out of the middle of this pattern. So I did exactly the same as I did when we put down this white and gold napkin. I just put some of my liquid glue down and decoupaged it on and let it dry. And then on the back, oh, did I? Yes, here it is. On the back, I've put some more of our yellow paper. And so let's finish off the second one by putting down our yellow lined paper. Move that up, move this up, and get a lot of glue on there. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's move this guy. I don't need you. Go away. Don't need you anymore. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Maybe I should do it this way, then I can line it up better because I have lines to line it up to. Okay, and down. Get that down. Really squish it. Really get it to adhere nicely. Let me put in a little bit of. Why is it doing that? Is there not enough glue? Oh, there's a bubble there. Ah, gosh. All right, it's okay. We'll have to just deal with it later. I'll deal with it later. I'll stick a sticker over it. That's my solution to everything. Stick a sticker over it. Okay, I think that probably is good. We can cut this loose. Cut it around. There we go. And then just to finish this off, I put a little tab, this little tab on the top so that when you go to try and fish it out of the pocket, you have something to hold on to, you know. And so let's get some of our glue. Really, I'm fairly generous with the tab glue because, you know, you're always kind of yanking on it. Oh gosh. Okay. And so I feel like it deserves that little bit of extra adhesive. There we go. And I think I'm going to clamp it down, and give it some time just to, maybe I should clamp down that as well. I'm going to give it a little bit of time just to dry, and once it's dry, this one is already dry, so I can show you. Let's close up like this, find our first pocket. Here's that pocket. There it is. There's that first pocket. There we go. And when you're measuring out the insert, you guys, please just bear in mind that you can't make it as wide as this segment. I guess you want to call it a segment of the accordion book. You're going to have to make it a little bit less. And my rule is kind of a finger width on either side. So I cut this about a finger width narrower than the segment where the pocket is, because that way you know that you're not going to hit that double-sided tape that's on the inside. And it can go in here, and so when you pull that out later on, you've got this extra little bit of journaling space. So this accordion book actually has a little extra, and I can't put that other one in yet because it is not dry. So I'm going to go away and come back when it's dry, and then we'll see what this looks like when it's all finished. Okay, you guys, so our tag is now dry. It mostly dry, and I managed to get there was glue on my fingers, and I managed to get some glue onto the back here. But when that happens, if it's just stick glue, sometimes when you erase over it with just a regular white eraser, a lot of that glue will come off. So it looked a lot worse than that. It looks a lot better now. But I now have to decide which side I want, because when you put your tags in, so here is your completed pocket. Here's your front page and your back page. So when you put your pockets in, you want the front of the, sorry, I'm saying nonsense. When you put your insert tag in, you want to fold it and then put that guy facing forward in there, and then facing forward in there, so that when you're presenting your book, they are both facing forward. But now when you open it and you pull it out, it's going to, the second one is going to have the backing coming out first. So you're going to have to decide if you want which way you want to put it in. That is just going to be a personal choice. I've got these guys in, and for the most part we're done. I decided that I did want to put a little extra color. I felt it was a little bland, so I've got these stickers, and I just want the green leaves because I think there's enough floral stuff going on. We just want a little something extra just to kind of finish it off, you know. I think just to finish it off, let's see, maybe just this little leaf, we'll stick him up there, and this little guy maybe a little further down so it doesn't look exactly the same. And then I think we've got this little leaf which maybe we can just put down here. Okay, now I'm happy. Now we're done. There you go. So we've made a 2-pocket accordion book. It could have been a 3-pocket or a 4-pocket. I think the more pockets you add, the bulkier it's going to be, and it might be a little difficult to fold. But I haven't tried, so if you guys try and you want to let me know, I would love to know. Maybe if you make one, come and join us on our Facebook group and put some photos up of what you did, and we can all be inspired by your art and craft ideas as well. So there is the one that we made together, this one that I made about a week ago, I think. And the other thing you could do if you wanted to is you could add some lace, which I did here. These are some 3D stickers that I added. There's one sticking out there. Really is just up to you. And you can put, instead of just having a picture, you could have some words on your inserts. This one's insert, you see, is quite a bit longer than that one. So play with it. See what you feel looks good to you, because there are no rules here as far as decorating goes, and have some fun. All right, you guys, thank you so much for visiting with me. I always have fun doing these crafts, and I have even more fun sharing them with you. I appreciate your time. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.